Hi everyone, and welcome to day 8 of the Advent calendar. Let's see what's behind the door. Ah, Christmas baubles. Grab your paints and let's get started. Right, time to draw in the baubles. So I'm going to start with a little loop and a very faint circle, because I always find drawing circles I end up normally having to do a few sketchy lines to get it right, and then we're going to do a nice sort of teardrop shape one. And again, you know, it all takes a bit of evening out with the pencil, but that's why we draw these things in first. And we'll have another round one here. Maybe that's, oh, I know. A sort of multiple bauble. These must exist. Nice one. Okay, so I do have a bauble tutorial on my main channel in the Christmas playlist. So if you really like these and you want to paint more of them, you can go and do that. But for now, we're going to have a bit of fun painting in some little ones. So I'm going to start with some nice red, some cadmium red. And I'm just going to paint around the edge. You can see it's really quite dilute, and I want to keep that way. And then with that wetness, because I want to get a sense of the glassiness of the bauble and the extreme sort of light reflective bounce off the bauble. So I'm going to leave that bit of unpainted space like that, then clean off my brush and just slightly draw the colour in. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I do want to just even up the shape across the top, and then I'm going to paint in my bauble on the other side. Got a nice purple here, cobalt violet, so I'm going to do the same, starting by going around the edge and we're going to keep this one really quite dilute because we're going to add darker detail to it. And this last one in the middle, we're going to do in yellow ochre, which makes such a good gold colour. I wasn't 100% happy with my pencil shape, so I'm hopefully painting in a better shape and just dropping in some stronger colour there. Okay, we need to let those dry and then we'll add some detail. We've now got some nicely dried bases, so I'm going to begin over here. And I'm going to first paint in a little central dot of, what's that, Cobalt Turquoise there. And I'm now going to sort of paint a bit of a sort of petal starburst thing almost, by just using the tiniest bit of blue and a wet brush just to draw out the colour, to create one of those nice sort of vintage indentations on an old Christmas bauble, and then some transparent turquoise around the edge in little dots. So I'm using my smallest brush for this, and then I think just a little sort of stripe of the turquoises. You can really have some fun with this. It's really down to you how you choose to decorate the baubles, but I'm just basing these on some fun vintage decorations. So this one I'm going to do a sort of a red and green swirl by painting in an S curve using the belly of the brush and just sort of crossing over the bauble there. So that was Cadmium Red, and now I've got some Sap Green. Just got to be careful, start with the fine point. Oh, just about. You can always tidy it up a little bit, but just be careful not to spend too much time working on it, because you can do too much and then you sort of paint in too much. And then for our last one, I'm just going to use some Alizarin Crimson to do some nice sort of simple designs around the edge. So I'm just using the brush to make a sort of teardrop shape across the middle. And using this colour is just great to be able to, basically looks like we're using the same tones of red. But using the Alizarin Crimson is naturally darker than the Cadmium Red. So you can just do really nice simple lines and stripes across. And I just love to find a little detail for every possible gap. Okay, last things. My red bauble here has got one of those little metal tops. So we'll just fill that in with a little bit of dilute Mars Black. And then some slightly less dilute Mars Black, as fine as we can make it, to just paint in those strings. And there we have your baubles. I really hope you enjoyed today's advent calendar. See you tomorrow.